You are live. I am live from Florida. It's Nancy with Nancy's Hooked on Crochet. It's the Tuesday night special. It's Tuesday night special with Nancy. Anybody out there? I'm sorry I haven't given anyone a heads up. I'd like to thank all my followers, my subscribers, and my friends out in YouTube land. Anyway, let's see. So far, nobody's with me. I know there's a lag. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, I'm having coffee. What's in your cup and what's on your hook? I'm waiting. Hello, friends. On the replay, since there's no one in the room yet. Hey, thanks for coming and stopping in. If you missed my live, maybe you'll watch it, watch a little of it, and hit the like button. That's all. Anyway, we're a minute into this. I'm hoping we'll get some visitors. Whoop, there's Debbie and Linda. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Linda lives in Westland, Oregon. I've never been to Oregon. And oh, Debbie's got tea in her iced tea. I like iced tea. I got some decaf. I'm using my grandma cup that my son bought for me. And I don't know, my husband went to the gym again today. So I figured I had a little time to mess around with the live. Got some peace and quiet here. What's everybody up to? Let's see. We got 2 people in the house. Thanks for stopping in. Well, what's on your hook? I kind of know what's on Debbie's hook. She showed it to me the other day. But I'm still working on the same thing. And I finished one thing. That's all. I did get some crocheting in today. How's the weather? It's warming up here. But it was a little windy. But it was in the 70s again. It's hot in South Florida, you know. Anyway. So I'm starting to, the days are ticking away. We're almost to the new year, and my son's getting married on the 9th. But I'll be on Zoom watching it. It's kind of weird. He sent me like a video invitation. You showed me your triangles that you're putting together. Remember, Debbie? Now you remember? You sent me a picture. You're getting together with family members on Saturdays. So she's making a lot of quick crochet projects, and right now I'm doing some earwarmers. Good idea. Those are pretty quick to make. Oh, you forgot? I mean, I did talk to you the other day. I need a tissue. Sorry, my nose is running. Oh. You didn't do anything? I did some. When I woke up this morning at like 7 with a slight headache, so I got a decaf and I was working on the blanket. But something's flying around in here. But you know, I finished this. You saw it in the picture. It's done. I decided it's finished. I don't know. I used four skeins for this glorious granny. You can't even see it. So it got kind of big finally. It's definitely over 3 feet now. So you didn't do any crocheting. I did some crocheting earlier. I did the big blanket. They don't use blankets, my son and my daughter-in-law, until the baby's 6 months old, you know? They're afraid of baby suffocating. So they only use those, like, things you put the baby in, like a little bag thing. It's like a pajama. It goes over the pajamas, and it can zipper up from the bottom so you could change the baby's diaper. So, I don't know. They're not going to be using the baby blankets right away. So, and then when the baby gets his bed, because eventually he's going to get moved to the other room, and then I'm going to have this big boy bed for him, big boy blanket, because I misplaced one of my hooks that I was using, but I have another one with some burgundy. It's big now. This is what I'm making. Wait, can't see it. I'm going the wrong way. It's huge. It's really big now. I mean, you know, I had just the right amount of this color. It was soft white. I used one skein. I had a little bit left from the other skein, and I had enough to go all the way around and then do the little loops, you know. Now we got 4 people in here. Are they lurking? We have, oh, Christy's Creation. Hey, Christy. Thanks for coming in. I had a little peace and quiet. My husband went to the gym, so I figured I'd go live. And that's all. And I had one finished object, and I'm working on this big blanket. That's why it's not finished. It's still, I want to make it twin size for my grandson. It's just a Modding Granny. You like it? It's got like a soft white and red hot ombre in a blue color, and this burgundy that I had 2 big giant skeins of. So I might put some navy blue with the, you know, on the outside part. Anyway, I'll just leave it on the chair. I'm not crocheting while I talk. I'll mess up. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, I'm enjoying making that blanket, and it's working up really fast. Not like my mosaic blanket. That mosaic blanket took me 8 weeks. This, it's not even a week, and it's huge already. So I'm enjoying making it. Yeah, happy Tuesday. I did babysit today, and I had to give the baby, well, my son asked me to give him a bath, so my daughter-in-law's expecting. And my grandson didn't want to leave when his mommy came. I mean, he was happy to see her, but he wanted to hang out more. He didn't want to leave Grandpa. And so, anyway, we ended up giving him a bath here. And I had enough clothes to send him home in clean clothes. That's all. He doesn't want her to have to battle with him with her belly, you know, like with the baby. That's all. Anyway, so what else is doing? Did you do anything special today? Debbie, where'd you take that? Did you take that picture with the blue? That nice scenic view of Alaska? Thanks. It's going to be fun. When I have 2 babies, I'm really going to be busy. Right now, I have some free time. The baby goes to school. I mean, he's 3 years old. He goes to school. And, you know, I have some days that I don't babysit. But Thursday, the new one's due in June, Christy. The very beginning, she's going to go in for a C-section. And they're not planning on having any more after this. Because, you know, I guess she doesn't want to have a 3rd C-section. So yeah, I think around the first week of June they're gonna have the baby. I think a few days before her due date, something like that. And we already know it's another boy, so I have a lot of boys. So Christy, where are you from? Let's see, who else is talking? It's just, oh, Linda's here. Well, Linda. Let's see. I forgot I'm on the StreamYard. We'll see if I get boring, I'll just invite somebody up to hang out and show me what they're making. You want to do show and tell tonight? Chicago. Well, if you can't tell already, I'm from New York, so I'm living in Florida for about 5.5 years, something like that. I lost track. It's going on 6 years. I moved down here to become a grandma, and then I waited like 2 years for them to get pregnant. You know? What's so funny? Debbie and I are from the same area. They're both from Brooklyn. We know like all the same neighborhoods and schools and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. That's all. And I don't know. And I just finished this blanket. I used this. I didn't like using a small hook. You want to live in Florida? This is the glorious granny, and the other one's the modern granny. It's hard to get it in. This thing has double, triple crochets. You're sleepy, Debbie? You sound like me. But she's four. But what time is it by you? It's still early by you. It's later by me. You need your little nap. So you want to live in, I'm all the way in South Florida, but I never go to the beach or anything. I'm like not that close to the water. I mean, probably like 40 minutes from the beach, something like that. So like I wouldn't have to like, oh, 4:24. You need your afternoon nap? I was tired earlier before we went to get the baby. Then we took him. We have this like ride-on monster truck thing. It's a grave digger that we bought for him last year for Christmas. And you turn it on, it would go rrr, rrr, rrr. And then he's so terrified of it. Like he's scared of everything, this kid, you know? He's like chicken. So he wouldn't ride. He rode it like once when we took him to a park. And then we bought him a different one. Oh, so Christy says, wait, she has family in Hernando Beach, Deltona. And you love Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, I never go to Fort Lauderdale. My friend lives closer to Fort Lauderdale. I'm more south. You know, I'm more south. Anyway, so we took him to this park after we picked him up from the daycare. And he rode the gravedigger a little bit. But my husband must have plugged it in the wrong. I have some outlets in my house that don't work. I don't know why. It's just that's how the house came. So he must have plugged it in the wrong one. And the damn thing was like a little on the dead side. So he couldn't ride it too much. Then he taught, and it fit in the back seat of his car. So after he put it back in the back seat, he took out the kites and the ball, and we just played in the grass with him because you can't go to playgrounds here now. They've been closed. Poor kid, you can't take him anywhere, you know? Like all he wants to do is go wagging and get a toy, and he's got too many toys. That's all. Anyway, so like thank you for coming in and hanging out. And I hopefully if you will hit the like button, as well as you haven't subscribed, maybe you'll think about it. Because I need more people. I need more friends, you know, more Yarny, crazy Yarny people like myself. So anyway, so that's all. So I just forwarded the invitation to my son's getting married on Zoom in like 2 weeks on a Saturday with his fiance. I guess they decided they don't want to wait, and they could always do a party later on, and they're in New York City, you know. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? Thanks for coming in and visiting me. I was just showing everybody what I've made and talking about stuff, you know. Let me show Sandy what I only have 2 things to show. I just finished this recently. Fiber Spider Glorious Granny for my grandson that's coming in June. I already made him 2 blankets. So anyway, it just took forever because it's I used a 4mm hook and a 3 weight yarn, you know. Oh yeah, I never know when I'm going to go on. I'm sorry. I babysit and sometimes I just don't. It's just not convenient. Anyway, I can't seem to plan ahead like everybody. And I'm working on this blanket. It's big. It's a glorious, not a glorious. It's a modern granny. I'm hiding behind it. It's going to be twin size. It's easy. I'm getting tangled up in my yarn, you know. So I don't know. I just winged it. I went with these different colors, and I like it. What happened was Rose, with Rose Likes Crochet, showed some modern granny blankets that she made. And I said, oh, that looks nice. Sometimes I see a video, a tutorial. Thank you, Sandy. Sometimes I see a video of some tutorial and a picture of what they made, and it doesn't look so great to me. And then somebody else posts a picture on like a group or a video, and I'll say, wow, that really looks nice. I'm going to do that one. That's the same thing that happened with the falling leaf shawl. That look came out really, really nice, you know. And that was the big one. Oh, the heart fillet blanket. Yeah, I've had some that just took forever. Yeah, I like what Sandy said. Yeah, I'm on StreamYard, so maybe we'll have somebody come up and show me what they're making. So anyway, the crochet crowd are the ones that made this modern granny blanket. And this is all number 4 yarn. It's working up so fast, not like that mosaic blanket that I made, So what's in your cup? What's on your hook? Do you like number 3 weight yarn? I use number 3. I've never really used anything. I've used thread on a few occasions. I've tried to make earrings. It's getting hot in here too. So tell me, what are you making? Anybody want to come up and show me what you're making? I think I'm only going to do this for an hour, Let's say, oh, I see. Anyway, I'm going to put the invitation out there. You need a camera. Yeah, I follow a lot of tutorials because I'm not that good at reading patterns. And, I'm always saving ones in like playlists, and occasionally I got stuff in there for like 2 years, 3 years. Is that work with water in a cup? Christy says. And another fillet blanket. Is it the Which Way fillet blanket from like that Fiber Spider did? One of an owl, moon, and a fillet blanket. Okay, I never tried an owl, moon with stars. That sounds nice. Did you have to pay for the pattern for that? And Sandy says she's trying to keep Octavia out of the liquor cabinet. What are you saying? I've been playing with my Christmas present. I got it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I picked up like a really cheap little tiny knitting machine, and I actually made something with it, but then I tried to make something with it again. I don't have it here, but it was a weird one. It was a small one, and it went up sideways, and it was like really terrible. I made one little hat. I got this doll here, and I made her a hat on this little machine that I had. And I don't know, it keeps getting caught. I know that's on my list too, the Which Way fillet blanket. I've done the Fiber Spiders, the diamond shawl. That came out good. Oh, you bought one? You bought it. She said she bought a machine too. Yeah, I don't really have a good spot to put an Addy, and I live in Florida, so like it's not like it'd be nice if I could find a thing to make here that I could donate locally. Because anywhere you donate like outside of Florida, I'd have to pay for shipping all the time. But I did make some of those blue hats for Hat Not Hate, and somebody was collecting them here in Florida, and I brought them there, and she ended up giving me some blue yarn, so I got to make some blue hats. Uh, anyway, so yeah, I guess the Circuit is the little less expensive brand. Anyway, what else you want to talk about? Anybody want to come up and show me what they're working on? If it put the StreamYard link up there. Oh, I'm down to 3 people. It says. Who's here still? Well, I did find some looms a while ago at Walmart on clearance, so I'm planning on trying to learn how to use one that I bought. I got a couple of these. It says I paid $5, but this was but I think I paid $2. Hook is here. Hi, what's your name again? Is it Sandy? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I have to try to remember. That's why I included my name in the name of the channel. It helps. Anyway, so I might attempt to do this soon. I saw a tutorial and also on the Crochet Craft. And then I bought the thing that feeds the yarn. I picked this up with the coupon. I was in Joann's the other day. Okay. Anyway, so I might attempt this soon. As soon as I might even take a break from that blanket because it's not an emergency, you know? Yeah, well, there's plenty of tutorials out there for the Yardie. And I found this really nice lady, and she does the knitting machine, and she does all kind of different stuff, but she'll use like a smaller one a lot. She was making coasters. She was making this little doll on the smaller Yardie that looked like a cupcake, like a little doll, and you turn it inside out, and it was adorable. And she's from another country, but she speaks perfect English. So she has tutorials in her language. I forget where she's from again. I'm not sure. I forget the language. I don't know what, it's like a Scandinavian language or something. I'm not sure where it was. If it was the Netherlands or I forget now. But I watch her lives and she's just sitting there playing with the machine. You never see her face. She's just showing her hands. And then, and then she did a crochet tutorial on how to make like an angel. And I meant to try that because I even picked up some thread at the Walmart to try to make the angel. I figured I got some white thread. I have some other colors, but I figured an angel has to be white. You want an Addie, Debbie? Well, look at what's her name is doing. Crystal at Bag O' Day. She's like, they got the attachment and they're like making hats like crazy. She even has the kids involved, and now her daughter's crocheting, so that's nice. I have a friend that keeps sending me like, do you get this? Like people like they know you crochet. I know how to make stuff. These people don't crochet, friends, and they start sending me links to things like as if I should do this or I should like suggestions, like videos. So I said, is she ready for a lesson? And she didn't answer. I said, you ready to learn how to crochet? Because I've taught people a little bit at my church, but we were doing like washcloths a long time ago. Anyway, I'm charging my phone because it went totally dead earlier. So have you ever taught anybody to crochet? I have another friend that I don't know, she knows how to crochet, but she doesn't know what stitch she's doing. What is WB? I don't know. WB, Debbie? Oh. Christy, what is WB? So what's on your hook, whoever came in? Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know what WB is either. Who's still here? Oh, we have 6 people in the house. If you haven't hit the like button, I'd appreciate it greatly. I always hit the like button in all the lives I go into. It's supposed to help people. Anyway, so anybody want to come up and show me what you're making? I don't know what a circuit is. I'll have to Google that too. Anyway, so I'm tomorrow I don't have to babysit, so I'm free to just lay around the house and crochet all day if I want to. I usually go out for a little while. I like to get out of the house, break it up a little bit. Because I did so much crocheting yesterday, I was afraid my hand was going to start hurting again. You have, oh, okay, because for some reason I just see a 7 on the watching, but I'm not seeing the like. I don't know where the likes are. I'm on this StreamYard thing and it's not showing. Usually it's showing somewhere, but I appreciate you telling me. Okay, that sounds good. I might have to put the link in. I have to keep it interesting. Invite my friends over. Is the circuit a different? Is it the same thing as like a Addy, but like a cheaper version, like a less expensive version? Or is it one of those things that makes like designs, like you could put it on the cup? What, Debbie? Oh, it's welcome back. Okay. I don't know all the abbreviations either, you know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Cricket? Is that what it is? Is that a cricket? I don't know. There's a lot of things that people are using that I'm not using or I don't know much about. You know, I'm not like a lot of people are like multi-talented and they do so many different crafts. I mean, I like drawing, I like crafts. I'd like to try more things. All I do is crochet and make stitch markers, you know. Oh, it's the cutting machine. Okay, I've seen that before. Hopefully you got a good deal on it. It cuts the vinyl. Like I think I saw Dana playing around with that, you know. I think I saw Dana making something. She was putting something on a cup. Like I guess on a wine glass, like making a design, and then I don't know how they made it. You know, maybe they put things on the. Somebody will have to tell me about it. You know, I'm going to put the link back. Hello, Liliana. How you doing tonight? I'm just had a little time. Figured I'd come on and say hi to my friends. I'm overdue. It's been almost a week. And so what else? What's new? Does anybody have snow besides Debbie? I don't really miss the snow. It looks pretty, but it looks really pretty, except for when it gets dirty, being from New York and all. Here she is.
Hey, yes, we have snow.
Oh, you do? Where are you again? I forget.
Chicago.
Oh, okay. You're Chicago.
Yeah, the snow it started right when the weatherman said, from the morning, they said 5 p.m. it's going to start. I swear, I got out of the shower at 5 p.m. It started snowing. Just didn't even.
It does look really pretty, though.
It does, especially because I live outside of Chicago. I'm in the forest preserve. And so my view is just all trees.
Beautiful, because I used to live by a New York City park in Brooklyn. And so we had right outside our window, it would look, you know, the trees and everything, and you'd see like snow and it looked really nice until the dead squirrels were on my porch.
Oh, see, I'm on the 4th floor. I don't have a porch.
Oh, you're in a building?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I had my own house.
These condos in the forest preserve.
Weird.
Who does that?
They're trying to make you feel like you're in the country.
And I feel like it, but I swear, I'm a city girl. I don't like. I rather be. My husband loves it. He said, "I'd rather be able to look out the window and see the person next door." like almost be able to touch.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I thought you were freezing for a second.
Oh,
Well, when I lived in New York City, you didn't even know half your neighbors. You know what I
no,
mean? Like people just minded their business. You knew your
really?
neighbors?
Yeah. In fact, a lot of my neighbors were my family, my relatives. We all lived on the same
Oh, well, I
block.
can't say that. Oh, I didn't. But I mean, I knew my next door neighbors, but I didn't know everybody because there was like 50, 60 houses on my block.
Yeah.
And
My
it was
next
row
door
houses.
neighbor was my aunt and my three cousins. So we were the same age, so we all played together. And then across the street was my other aunt and her six boys, and we all played together. And just everybody was next. You didn't even have to drive.
Well, that when
And
you mean growing up?
growing up, yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah, it was different growing up. I was talking about when I lived there, not when I was growing up.
yeah. Well,
The last place I was at, it was
I
different because
I
we
know
came
a
in and
lot
our
of my
kids were
neighbors.
already bigger.
I know a lot of my neighbors now just because I talk to everybody.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm
I'll
not
talk.
shy at all.
I used to, I was friendly with some of my neighbors, but then some of my neighbors got weird.
There's
I,
always weird neighbors. Always weird neighbors.
did you ever have the neighbor that like became possessive over the parking spot in front of their house? I mean, it's different in New York. We had driveways, but you can only fit one car, and then
Yeah.
you park on the street. You
Well, in
would park.
Chicago, we do the lawn chairs on the. If you shovel yourself, if you
Mhm.
shovel yourself out of your parking spot, you call it dibs. You get dibs on that parking, and you put a chair there.
I've seen people do that, and I've seen people put garbage cans.
Oh, we do chairs, lawn chairs.
Oh, but where I lived in Brooklyn, where they didn't really do it, but I've seen it in some neighborhoods, but not everybody does it.
Yeah,
And then, like on the other side of the street was the park, and if you were on in that spot and the plow came, you'd be plowed in. So you
yeah,
really wanted the spot on the side of the houses because the plow would push everything to the other side. Once they plowed it, then you could park there because then they could get right to the curb. You know,
yeah. They capture you in the snow if you're not careful.
or if they could. I mean, there was no alternate over there. I don't know. Do you have alternate side parking in Chicago, like with meters or like just on regular streets?
Well, where I grew up in my part, we had, yeah, no, just in front of your house, there would be like two parking spots on the street per house.
Hmm.
If you don't have a big car. If you have a big car like a station wagon, then that's it, just one spot.
Well, I grew up where I grew up, the street where my parents lived. They would have like 4 days a week where you would have to move your car on one side of the street, let's say.
Oh,
So like you'd be having to move the car, and there was a school on the same block. So when I went to
oh,
school, I walked to school. So like I think there was a season my dad didn't have a car for a little while, but then if he had a car, he couldn't take it to Manhattan because he worked in Manhattan. So he
oh,
would leave the car and have to move it as soon as he as
wow.
soon as he got home from work. My mother didn't drive her.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
Liliana,
my mom
huh?
never drove either.
She had a license, but back then she had a car that had a stick shift.
Oh,
Like,
well,
and she couldn't work it, or it was back when my brother was a baby before I was born. So I guess she didn't have the confidence to drive that kind of car.
yeah.
She just didn't drive. So Liliana says she's near Los Angeles, snowed by the mountains, and I could see snow from the living room. I must look really pretty. But I'm in Florida, so I see palm trees.
Yeah, palm trees.
Hook, Hook, what's your name again? I'm sorry. Was it Sandy or what was it?
Sandy.
Oh, I was
Sandy,
right.
like the beach.
Cool. Okay. I'm trying to remember.
Okay, so this is what I'm working on. I too enjoy watching Mikey from the Crochet Crowd.
Oh,
And
that's
he
nice.
put out this pattern on Saturday. There's a square for Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. So 7 days or 6, I don't know. But I'm just working on Sundays. I have to catch up.
So what popcorn stitch in there?
Yeah, popcorn stitch. I think my counts are off. Mikey is so fast. It's hard to keep up. And he just like, just,
He gives a lot of details at the beginning too.
and then not enough in the middle.
Okay.
Not enough in the middle.
I
It's
might have
like,
saved that to my playlist. It's not like I don't have to, I never joined like a Cal or anything like that.
I do. He has one. He puts one out I guess every Boxing Day. And then one for the summer.
Every Boxing Day? What's that mean?
It's the day after Christmas. Canadians celebrate it.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that. Oh, he's from Canada.
Yeah, Boxing Day is like you put everything in a box to donate it, stuff that you don't need. Since you got goodies for Christmas, well, then you take your old goodies and you box them up and
Oh, I
donate.
see. Yeah, well, that's part of the problem with crochet is you start to make stuff and then you have all these finished stuff and that starts
What
piling
do
up.
you do with it? Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have that problem. Like I only restarted crocheting when my grandson was on the way, and he's 3 now. So,
Oh.
but I went to it after when he was a year old, I found out I had to have surgery. So I thought maybe I'd start crocheting again. Like I only made a couple of things for him that year, like before he came.
Uh-huh.
I didn't go crazy with the crochet immediately. That happened after my surgery. I found some yarn one day and brought it home and made something else for him. And then, I don't know, I just started being able to follow tutorials. Somebody made a virus shawl and I tried to do it. The first one I messed up. I didn't do it correctly, but it still came out okay. Then I started making more different things. Like I got tired of making baby blankets.
I started a virus shawl when the virus first started. I would work on it during the news conferences. And it just didn't go away. The virus didn't go away. So I'm like, I'm done. I couldn't I was thinking really we're gonna 15 days, to slow the spread. So I'm like,
Oh,
I'll do a virus shawl, but it just never ended. So
so you were doing the virus shawl when the virus started.
yes,
Well, I made the virus shawl way before that.
I know, but I thought it was like something to do because I was like dedicated to those news conferences.
Oh, they're just depressed. I try not to watch all that stuff.
I for a while I was like a news junkie. For like 2 years, I was like the news. I gotta watch the news. Gotta watch the news. And then I'd be like, if something bad happened, I'd be like, nah, that's too bad. Too bad.
Lashira saying hello.
Lashira, hi, Lashira.
She's saying hi to Nancy and her cook, which is Sandy.
Hi.
So that's all. I did a lot of. My husband, he's not in love with my crochet. He's not as supportive as some husbands. I hate to say. Yeah, and he calls it knitting.
My aunt's husband is that way. He doesn't appreciate the crochet. My husband always he's like, do you need more yarn? Do you need more yarn?
Really?
I just started though to crochet like 2 years ago.
So I'm similar. I'm only really crocheting like a little over 3 years, but more seriously about 2 years.
I think I used to be meaner before I learned to crochet. And now that I'm crocheting, I'm not as mean.
Oh, you're nicer?
Yeah. I didn't say nicer, I said not as mean.
Not as mean? Not as bossy?
And I think that's what because
One day, I don't know where I was in a live and somebody was talking about my New York accent and they said, she sounds like she's in the mob. So my husband and I went, I don't know, I've got a New York accent, the Brooklyn accent. So I said to my husband, they said I sound like I'm in the mob, so you better be quiet. He was like busting my chops about. So no, he grabbed the big blanket. Yeah, somebody new came in. Wait, I don't want to twist my. I'm working on this blanket for my grandson. It's a modern granny. Anyway, it's huge. I can't even
Oh
show you the
man.
whole thing.
Yeah. You mentioned
I
it on
don't.
Sunday.
Yeah, so it's getting pretty big, but I wanted to get to twin size. If I don't know, it's a rectangle, but I'm not sure it's gonna. It might get too
Yeah.
wide.
Maybe can you put a border just on the length side and not,
I thought about that.
or I mean, wait a minute. What do I mean? Just on two sides instead of one? I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how big it is now. I got to remeasure it because every time you make a round, it kind of adds like 2 inches to it. Either way,
Yeah.
because like I measured the clusters are about an inch,
Oh,
so it's something. It's over 50 watt, like 50 inches.
I bet it's really
Long.
heavy.
It's not as heavy as my mosaic blanket that I made. That's all
Oh,
single crochet with the little doubles in between to make the designs.
I'm making
I
a
made
corner to corner and it's really heavy.
I made a I've made 3 corner to corners. I made one with a light yarn for a gift for someone that took forever. I made a regular number 4 for my grandson. I made it pretty big too. Usually it lays on the couch. And then I made one of those really fluffy, the fluffy yarn.
Yes.
Yeah, I found some at the Dollar Tree once, like 9 of them, and I made that.
Well,
And he loves that one.
when my grandmother was alive,
Mhm.
she crocheted all the time and I was never able to learn it. And she made me this king size blanket which I used all the time. It was always on my couch. It was like a scrap can, but it was king size. And I never really appreciated it until I learned how to crochet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this blanket was a lot of work. And we just threw it everywhere. Just, you know, I would like throw it from couch to couch. It was always on my couch. I washed it regularly. And
Mhm.
I know it's probably Red Heart Super Saver.
My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she's not with us anymore. She used to crochet and knit. And so she made a couple of she didn't crochet all the time or knit all the time, but she made my son's like little sweaters, and they were really pretty. She made a couple, not a lot, but she basically made sweaters. She didn't make blankets. And then she made
Oh,
me a top once that was cute, and it was sexy. It had like
wow.
a V-neck. I was younger then too.
Oh,
I don't know what happened to some of the stuff. I had a few gifts from people too. Some of the stuff I still have, and some went missing. My mom crocheted and knitted, but thank you, Liliana. And then I finished this one in case someone new came in. It's the Glorious Granny from Fiber Spider. Wait,
oh, I have one of those by my bedside.
this thing the yarn was so thin, and he used the ice cream scoop, and this is ice cream scoop, and I got it at the Hobby Lobby on
Ice
clearance.
cream scoop. Yes,
It's so thin, and
it
like
is thin.
I used a 4 millimeter. I
Wow.
mean, this would be heavy if it was a number 4 yarn, so it's not that heavy.
Mm.
It'll be good for the baby. And I made him another blanket, which I don't have it in here right now. It's in the other room. I made a round one from Jada and Stitches that's I think it's got 8 foot. I don't know. It's got points, but it's not.
I made that one.
And it's nice. It was so much easier than I thought. And I whipped it up in like 4 days.
Yeah.
I could have called this thing finished already, but I want to make it bigger.
Yeah.
I, I thought about making a rectangle in it, attaching it to the top to make it longer. When I
Okay.
get to the width I want,
Yes.
maybe I don't know, but I still have one more of this
Oh my gosh. Excuse me.
because I had 2 of these in my stash.
Um,
The Red Hot Ombre and
I have one of those. I got
I
one in my yarn exchange. I did a yarn exchange
Oh,
with a stranger.
Oh, okay, like in a group or something?
Yeah, American Crochet Association.
Oh,
She's Selena Baca is the head of it. Selena Baca comes out on Marley Bird's channels a lot. She does like we're doing. So
okay.
it's Marley Bird on one side and Selena Baca. She's some kind of designer crochet teacher. So she has like a Facebook group, like a club. Like you could take crochet lessons online for like $10 a month, and you could take as many lessons as you want in 1 month. But I haven't even finished my first lesson. But it's only $10 a month, and I did it to like kind of stimulate the economy. You know, I'm like it's only $10 and help her. She's got a small business, and so everybody,
Right.
you know.
There's a lot of people wanting you to join the thing. I mean, you could join something, but like I
That's
haven't joined any of those yarn clubs or anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, she was one of the first. I joined hers in March, at the end of March. Like, let me help her. She's, you know, trying to get more business. $10 wasn't. It's not a lot per month, and
Oh, that's
she.
fine. I want to learn how to knit, I think.
I tried that. No.
I tried it once, like by watching just the videos,
Mm-hmm.
because my mom taught me how to crochet, and like I did make a couple of things, but I was 19 years old. I'm a lot older now. So,
But the thing with knit, it takes forever to do one row. Like, who? That's crochet is like instant gratification.
right.
And some
Yeah.
people like that slow process. Some people
E-
like that. They enjoy
E-
that.
EJ's daughter said I should go to the Very Pink Knits channel. She's good. Hey, Granny D, how you doing? Yeah,
Granny D's
Granny
here.
D knows how to knit, but I think over time it gets easier. And like,
I
I know
learned
it's
from a guy. He had a channel. I think his name was Ryan
uh-huh.
something. He's pretty good.
I couldn't even get the yarn to move from one stick to the other.
I mean, it's just so tedious for me. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
I try to teach some people crochet and they couldn't even, maneuver the hook, the
I
whole
was
concept.
For years I was just able to chain. All I did was chain. So I would sit with my grandmother and I would chain. That's all I could do.
My mother showed me, I was making a blanket in like, I don't know, like that day. That's how fast I learned. But
I
then when I had to relearn, I remember I didn't know where to put my stitches, I wasn't doing it right.
Yeah.
So, now I know where to put like it took a while to get the tension right. And
For I'm sorry, my son is over here making faces. So after doing chains for over 30 years, I would always go yarn at Hobby Lobby and I saw a sign crochet lessons. So I signed up. I learned in 5 minutes how to single crochet.
great.
And I made a scarf that day.
Oh, well, right now I don't think I could go join any kind of class like,
Right now you can't, yeah.
but hopefully I'm hoping that eventually we'll be able to do stuff like that. Maybe then I think I could learn better in person with somebody.
Right. I was in person. Use some hand sanitizer.
I mean, I would try to just make a washcloth or something like I did with,
Yeah. The best I can do is Tunisian crochet.
yeah, I mean, I've tried Tunisian crochet, but I didn't like that it was curling.
Oh yeah, Kurt. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the secret is when you Tunisian crochet,
Do two
whatever.
different stitches or something.
What?
I think somebody said if you do 2 different stitches,
Well,
it keeps it from
so
curling.
if the label says a 5 millimeter crochet hook, you would use a 7 millimeter crochet Tunisian crochet
Go
hook.
up like through
Go
all
up two.
sizes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then it won't curl as much. And then, of course, I would never Tunisian crochet with Karen 1 pound. Never. It's too thick. Even though it says a 4 and it calls for an H hook, I'm using a J right now. And this is really thick to me. So for Tunisian, like I made, did you ever see the Karen skinny cakes?
I've seen them, but I never had one.
Yeah, I think it's a 3. So I used a 3. And that's like, so thinner yarn, bigger hook.
Okay.
Less
Sounds
curl.
good.
Less curl.
What, please help Z, do they like round blankets? I've made like the one that's like a star, looks like like it has a lot of points. What do you call that? I think Jada called it like a ripple. You just got to make it big enough. I made a star once, and it was like a swaddling blanket. I gave it as a gift.
Yes. What is it called? Let me see if I could look for it. Because I made 2 of them with Karen cakes. Karen big cakes.
Which one? The star one?
The
I'm gonna
star.
look for it. But I really liked how the one that Jada made came out better. I enjoyed the other one too, but it was just the big star pieces were so big, you know. Somebody
Yeah.
said it's good for swaddling the baby because, like, you're taking the flaps and you're wrapping the baby in it.
I
You get
always
it?
wondered, do babies, when you give a baby a blanket, do their fingers get caught in there?
I've heard that story. Like somebody once said, like if you want to donate like baby blankets to a hospital, they might request only to have something that has like no holes in it. Like, of course you're gonna have holes, but maybe to have the stitches closer together.
You're right. Classic round ripple crochet blanket.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what. Classic round ripple crochet baby blanket. Sunburst, she also calls it.
I'm looking. Should be in my list here. Bella Coco has similar 12 point. But I mean,
I
it
like.
it definitely is fine for the baby because it's not like, it's round, but it's, you know.
It's okay.
So Liliana says sweaters are better looking when knitted. Yeah, I see a lot of things I like that look better knitted.
Yeah, it looks better knitted. Yeah. I think Liliana, I just got a notification you subscribed to my channel. Thank you. Thank you, Liliana.
I thought we had a breakthrough with the Volkswagen. We did. Yes. We both.
Anyway, I just found it and the commercial came on.
Those commercials.
I just turned the volume down on it because I was going to hold it up.
Yeah, I used to watch Jada's commercials, but then I joined her channel and I'm like, now I don't have to watch a commercial because I'm already
So what is
supported.
she like when you join her channel? What do you see that everybody else doesn't see?
Like she'll put out notifications that she's going live in 2 days at such and such a time, so you got a 2-day notice. And then like she'll do what do you call those?
Tutorials?
Not quizzes, but
Tutorials?
surveys.
Surveys?
Like, should I do my next tutorial? Should I do this, or this?
Okay. She'll ask for your input.
Yeah. But she does, like her mother-in-law, you know how she's always talking about her mother-in-law? She had her mother-in-law on a video, but it was an audio. And it was her mother-in-law talking, having a conversation about yarn.
Oh.
And then,
Okay.
I mean, not really anything spectacular, but I figure I've watched her so much and she has taught me so much, I'll give her a few bucks a month and
Okay. I hear you.
because she does all that stuff for free, So I'm like, yeah, sure.
Well, she's got a lot of stuff. I don't know if anybody makes any money on. I mean, I know they do make money once you get up to like hundreds of thousands of subs, or a million of them. But my husband and my son have channels and they're monetized. They ain't getting rich.
Really?
My son and my husband both got monetized, and they weren't even, they didn't have to ask anybody to watch their channel. They want people watch their channel.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it about?
It's two totally different things. My son has it's like, did you ever hear of the game Yu-Gi-Oh? It's a card game.
No.
You heard of Pokemon?
Yeah.
Like the Pokemon cards? Well, there's something called Yu-Gi-Oh. It's a card game. Well, my son got into that when he was young. Now he's a teacher, but he's on this channel. He teaches people how to strategies, how to play. It has a lot of math in it, and he's a math teacher.
Oh.
He's a little bit, he'll say, I'm a nerd, and he doesn't put his face, he doesn't really put his face on the screen and goes by his middle name because he's a teacher. Because I guess kids might like that game. I don't know. But like recently I did find him on his face on the screen. So maybe he's doing it a little. But he'll have other people, they'll play their deck. You got to put your deck together. He's been in tournaments.
Wow.
It's his hobby.
And how about your husband?
My husband has a business. He has this, it's like he used to do like a little flyer newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Then he started teaching other people, like if you want to make your own little newspaper and then you sell advertising for it.
Oh.
So he has like a website and then people come and look at it and then he tells, and then he used to teach them how to put the paper together on the computer. And then he would tell them what kind of printer you needed to get it printed and how to mail it. It's kind of complicated, but he doesn't take a lot of money for it, and he doesn't like force anyone to like sign up. And then if they do sign up and let's say they can sell the ads, because they got to sell the ads, he'll do like line up the whole newspaper for them.
Wow.
And make the ads. Sometimes they'll just go get their own guy to put the ads together, but he'll just do the mailing part. He has a printer here that does the mailing. So now it's like a 4-page flyer and has ads, or you could just do it for your own business.
That's cute.
Yeah, he's always been self-employed. He's smart.
My husband's toying around. Sorry, he's toying around with the YouTube channel because he does wildlife photography as a hobby, and he takes really good pictures. And he, goes kind of far if there's a special bird in a certain area. He'll drive about 2 hours away to shoot that bird. I know it sounds bad when you say shoot that bird, but
you mean shoot the bird with the camera, not with the gun.
Not with the gun.
Oh, it's hot in here. I got the light.
I had to take off my thick socks just now.
Well, I got like a little mini ring light and a thing that could hold my camera recently, because I made like a little tutorial on how to do the stitch markers or whatever.
Oh.
And then I did how to make a bobble, like put the over the ball, the Christmas ornament. So I haven't tried anything else, Anyway, so yeah, they both have channels, and I think my husband's got like almost 4,000, and they're not, my son has over 4,000.
That's pretty good.
My other son had a channel, but he never really got a lot of people. He used to just he used to play that Mario Kart all the time, and then post, like my grandson will watch these silly cartoons. They look like somebody's video game. It's got like Spider-Man riding the motorcycle. Like people have the weirdest channels.
My aunt's grandkids, they watch Blippi.
Yeah, my grandson watches Blippi also.
Blippi, yeah.
He sings the song. There's the one with the monster truck. He loves it. But he loves it. And the guy, he's like a big kid.
Yeah.
He acts like
a Pee Wee Herman,
Yeah, only not as weird.
Not as weird, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. It's entertaining. I mean, they're learning stuff. But he basically, now he goes to daycare. They didn't close the daycare, thank God. And he's in the 3-year-old room now. He's learning. We're trying to get him potty trained.
Yeah.
So, and They kind of made like they should be potty trained, but I believe he's not the only one that's not really. He uses it sometimes at school and home and sometimes here, but not all the time.
Yeah,
A little bit.
age of 3 is always hard. You got half the kids, 3, they are potty trained, and the other half, nope, they're not even interested.
Well, I had 3 boys, so they're all potty trained now. I don't remember. You forget, you know?
Yeah.
My youngest just turned 31. He's the one that's getting married soon.
Yeah, I forgot all that too. But I know like my boys, I have 2 boys. They were both in wheelchairs when they were younger.
Wow.
They were in wheelchairs at the same time. And I'm thinking, how did I go grocery shopping if I had 2 kids in wheelchairs? But I did.
So how are they doing now?
They're doing fantastic. I put them through so much therapy. So, well, the MDA paid for a lot of it. The Muscular Dystrophy Association, they paid for a lot of their care. So
You had your hands full, huh?
I don't know how I did it. It's
God
all
gave
over.
God gave you the strength to do it,
Yeah.
you know?
How did I do it at the grocery
Well,
store? 2 carts and
Liliana wants to know, Sandy, if you crochet slippers.
I have not tried slippers yet.
Me either.
The closest thing I made a Christmas stocking. That's the closest.
I have feet problems. I had that, what is it called? Plantar fasciitis or something. Like I had a bone spur in my foot. And I had shots in my foot a few years back.
I have a lot of stuff wrong with my feet too.
Yeah, so like I wear like arch supports. I have slippers, these Vionic slippers. Now I can't even get them.
I have Vionic slippers. I have
I use sandals. I use their sandals.
Yeah.
They're falling apart, and I thought I could order them again, and I
They
can't get
must
them.
be really old though to fall apart.
I found them at what was that store? I can't remember. Like I can't remember the name of the store. It wasn't Ross. Ross had some at one time. There was another store that I found the sandals at, and I picked them up. And I think I've seen them in the mall. But I wanted the kind that slipped on. I don't like the fuzzy ones. I don't like the slippers. I like the sandals. They look like this. They're just beat up.
Oh.
And they got that arch thing in there.
I forget that you're in Florida. I'm like, aren't you cold? No, she's not cold. She's in Florida.
No, like we had like 1 or 2 days it was in the 50s. It was a little bit chilly, you know.
Not the one time. The first time I was at Florida was my honeymoon. But the next time I went, my kids were older. Not older. They were older than when I was in my honeymoon because they were non-existent during my honeymoon.
Right.
So my kids were like 10, maybe 9, 10. We went for a bowl game, like a football bowl game. It was the Gator Bowl, I think it was.
Oh, wow.
We went, so it was New Year's Day was the game. My ears were frozen. They were numb. It was so cold. And we drove down there and I'm like, this is no fair. I come all the way to Florida from Chicago and my ears feel like they're gonna fall off.
Hey, Veronica. Well, what part of Florida were you in?
Where were we, babe? Tampa.
Oh, okay. Because I'm really south. I'm almost in Miami. I'm just north of Miami. So it stays hot here pretty much. You get like an occasional cooler day or chilly
That
morning.
was the occasional cool day. But the next day was 70.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't like wearing like a bunch of layers. I'm happy that I don't have to wear like a winter coat. You know, well, I wore my hat once maybe or twice when we had like a cool weekend.
Wow.
I mean, I made all these hats. I might as well wear them. You know, I sent a bunch of hats to my kids in New York. They need them.
Yeah, they need them. They need them in the house.
Yeah, believe me, I stayed there. I went to visit last year for my son's 30th birthday, and that apartment was freezing.
And then if you have the outdoor walls, the walls that
Yeah, well, they just had that house was connected, kind of like there's the outdoor walls were all.
where'd she go? She
Did you come back to life?
yeah.
Oh
You
man,
froze. Did I freeze on you? Because you froze
you
on
froze.
me.
Your screen went black to me, but I
So
don't know if
did
anybody
your
else.
screen went black.
Yeah.
Let's see what everybody else. I'm looking at because it's delayed on the regular YouTube.
Uh-oh.
I wonder
You
what really
sounded
happened.
funny.
Boy,
Yeah,
it's
I'm not going
really
to stay on
delayed.
too much longer.
Yeah,
Huh?
I said it's really delayed.
All right. Oh
Wait,
no.
I think. Oh, hold on.
I guess
Sorry. I'm trying to see what's going on here. No?
Oh my God, you should see the preview picture of me. It really looks bad.
The thumbnail?
Yeah, it was like I look like this. Don't you hate those thumbnails?
Because they say, take a picture. 3, 2, 1. I'm
I
like,
forgot to do it. No, but I went on this StreamYard thing.
oh,
The other one does that.
mm-hmm. I've never
It'll make-
tried the StreamYard. I think, do I need a special software
No.
to go?
I'm just using my laptop with Google Chrome. I'm not using my phone.
Yeah, I can't use my phone to go live either.
Okay, so this thing, it just gives you a code. You put in your email, it sends your email a code, and then and then I log into it saved it, I think, into my YouTube, and then it just goes. I don't know, it was pretty easy. I've gone up, like with other people. So
Yeah.
you just hit the link, right?
I just hit the link. Yeah.
And it took you there. And then and then you go in the basement. There's like a spot where I see you first. You don't automatically, I have to hit the button because sometimes like weirdos come into the room and they'll try to get up. And one day I was talking to somebody and they said there was a naked guy down there.
Oh,
So you don't want anybody just coming up on your screen, you know?
because yeah, if you're giving the link, then anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Veronica, sorry I missed your live today. I was out. What are you doing? You still here? What you doing? What's on your hook? I don't know. It's over an hour. I'm not going to stay too much longer.
All right. Well, that's fine. Because
The light is cooking me.
I see my favorite movies on my cousin Vinny.
Oh, I like that movie too.
I love it.
And the girl, the star, the young girl. What's her name again?
What's her name, babe?
Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei.
She's from Brooklyn. She went to the same high school my son went to.
Oh,
But
wow.
before he went there.
She won the Oscar for that movie.
Yeah. I like that movie. I think I watched it a couple of times.
We
I don't watch a lot of movies.
Every week. It's always on some channel.
Oh, and you'll just watch it over again?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you're crocheting, Veronica? Okay. I haven't crocheted tonight yet. I can't crochet and talk at the same time because I'll end up making a mistake.
Mm.
You know? I either like to lay in the recliner or lay on the bed. Like some people sit up like and crochet. I can't do that.
See, yeah, I'm at my kitchen table right now crocheting.
But
that's because I'm watching a tutorial at the same time.
But I put the tutorials on the TV.
Yeah, I do too, but the remote control for the TV really has little tiny buttons. And
Oh, okay. Mine
I
should.
don't know why. I see
That's my remote.
my remote is made for like Smurfs or something.
Well, I like this remote, you know.
Yeah.
So like I could, you could pause it. And then if I pause at a certain point, let's say I know I could do that part, I could go back later and usually it stays in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go back to it.
See, my
Or,
TV.
or I'll write down the
Not that
time.
easy.
Huh?
In my TV, it's not that easy with that remote to watch YouTube.
Yeah, well, this is the cable remote. This is from the cable company.
Okay, so my cable remote doesn't work because I got a smart TV. So you have to use the TV remote when you want to watch YouTube
Oh,
or any other thing.
this one's built in. I just talk into it. Like I could do a search. I could do like, but you got to say YouTube first. So I'll like say YouTube crocheted shawls. But it doesn't understand my accent half the time, and it says something else.
Oh,
It's really funny. I was thinking about doing a video about it, like how I'll say something and like the stuff it comes out. It
that would
doesn't
be funny.
always. I have to try to like say it like more dainty.
I don't know how. I don't know.
Like if I say crocheted shawls, it'll come out with something different. I'll say YouTube crocheted shawls, and then it came up right this time.
Of course, because we're trying. Yeah, of course.
You know. But sometimes it would say something else like SHOAOLES. It depends, you know. I was trying to look up something for the baby. My husband will say like, "You want to watch cows?" And then he'll do like YouTube cows, and then he'll put cows on for him, like we were like doing stuff like that, like all different things. You know, we would show him airplanes one day, and we would do the search. I watch more YouTube now than I do regular TV, but he likes to watch more movies. But sometimes I don't like violence, you know. I don't like scary. I'm weird.
I like scary movies and I like funny movies,
I,
but I'm not into like wildlife movies. My husband likes wildlife. I don't like sports.
are you like football? Like
No, I don't like sports.
you don't like sports? My
No.
dad was big with football. He lived
Yeah.
to be 94, but back in that day, you didn't have any VCRs, and they had like 2 black and white TVs. And he would take my mother's little TV from the kitchen, and he would put it in the living room so he could watch 2 football games at the same time.
That's what my son and my husband they're gonna do on Sunday because the Bears are playing the Packers. That's a big rivalry. And then the Jets are playing not the Jets. I'm sorry. The Rams are playing another West Coast team at the same time, which is important for the playoffs or something.
Okay.
So they're gonna go from room to room. Yeah, they try to explain it to me.
Well, my sons, I have 3 sons, and my husband never watched football. The only thing he likes is wrestling.
Oh, wrestling.
And he still watches it. And my middle son, the one that is the math teacher and has the channel, he likes wrestling. So sometimes he'll call, they'll talk about the wrestling and the pay-per-view or whatever, or it's on a certain thing, and they'll share each other's, I don't know, they can watch each other's, it's like one pays for this, something.
Oh, yeah.
And they like to watch that. But my other son never really watched football, but then he got into that fantasy football thing, which is weird how they do it. Like they pick their players and they pick their teams, but they're rooting for the people they pick. They're not rooting for the people like from New York, let's say. And he's won money at it.
I know.
But they'll be in like pools, like, you know, like let's say they're in like 10 different things. So he might win in 1 or 2, and then he won't win in all the other ones. So it's just luck, really, like how that player does.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I hit the table and it shook.
Oh, boys. Boys.
Yeah. I don't know. him and his fiance get along really well. So I haven't asked her if she likes to be around when he's playing, you know, watching all that football. But she cooked, like, she whipped up a lot of food for the Christmas, and her sisters came over and my son came over. So they had a little get together at the apartment. Because they moved out of, when I went to visit, they were living together with the two brothers, his fiance, and they had another roommate. So it was four people in a 3-bedroom and 1 bathroom. So finally they were stuck working at home, and she started looking at apartments online. And she would say, let's go look, like, let's take a walk, because they don't have a car. Uh-oh, are you freezing? So they would walk to they go see an apartment, and they found this apartment, and they moved. Not long. And then they got engaged right after.
Oh, that's perfect.
Now they're getting married, all within, like, all over the pandemic. You know, within the last few months.
Yeah.
You know,
Pandemic.
I mean, they're together a few years now. So Liliana says that horror movies disturb her. Veronica says, I don't like sports, hook, crochet. Well, she doesn't like it either. I don't know what was hilarious, Lashira, the way I was talking in the thing, because a lot of times it does come up with really stupid things. like as if it can't understand me. You know?
Your accent is pretty thick, but I like it.
The more I talk, the worse it gets.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if I'm not talking a lot, it may take a few minutes for someone to realize I have an accent. You know, you start, like, if I say hello to someone in the store, they're not going to notice my accent until I start.
Yeah.
If I have to say a few sentences.
I would notice it right away. I'm very observant like that.
But down here, a lot of people have accents.
But see,
but I never. But like, there's a lot of Spanish, like Cuban. My daughter-in-law's Cuban. A lot of people have I never say to them, "Oh, where you from?" You know, like, what's your accent?
I would like it to have a career where you would study accents and where they're from, because there's so many different. Even in the Midwest, there's different Midwest accents.
My dad was from the Midwest.
Yeah,
he was from Nebraska, so he never lost his accent, but I never heard it because I lived with him my whole life. So
yeah, and even the way we say, like, pop, we call it pop, but
we call it soda.
Soda, yeah.
I don't call it pop.
Like, we call it pop.
I say coffee.
I had a friend from Brooklyn, and I was always tease her. I'm like, Basha, you want some coffee? Coffee, CAWFEEE, coffee. She's like, yeah.
My mother-in-law, his mom, she's not living anymore. She claimed that she wasn't saying coffee the wrong way anymore, like she was saying it the correct way, whatever that was.
Uh-huh. Well,
you know?
we say coffee.
Coffee?
Coffee.
Pot.
I
say it how I say it.
And then we say bank. Apparently, we say
I say bank.
Bank.
I don't know.
Bank.
I don't know. People. I remember I lived in North Carolina for a while, and we used to go to this church, and they were real Southern there.
Yeah.
And he used to say things, and I was like, what's he saying? I couldn't understand him sometimes. I don't remember the words now because I'm going.
Granny's accent. After hearing her lives, I almost have the same accent. Granny D.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they used to make fun of me too in North Carolina.
I only got made fun of when I said bank.
Oh, okay.
But
my sister lives in Texas for years, but her Brooklyn accent isn't as bad as mine, or as strong.
My husband's Filipino accent is non-existent, but his brother's accent is really thick.
Yeah, I heard you saying that on your channel the other day. I was watching. Anyway, all right. You know, I'm gonna go because the man's gonna come home soon. I'd rather not be online. And then we had a good time. Let's leave on a good note. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot to mention I made a little group. I just like everybody's making groups.
On
You know?
Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook. And I think I put the link on a couple of anybody that wants to join and just show what they make. So anybody in the room that's still here, it says there's 10 people here. If you want to join my group, I'll put the link to my group. I think I put the link tree. I have like a link tree on my Instagram. So it has like my like I have an essay, but I'm not selling anything really. And then I have
my Facebook profile is less than a year old, and I've been having trouble getting approved in certain groups.
oh
And I didn't know why until somebody told me it's because your profile is less than a year old.
okay.
But Dana did something to let me in her group. I don't know
Oh.
what she did. You might have to do the same thing.
Well, you could try.
Yeah, I'll try.
'Cause it's supposedly it asks questions like what size hook do you use? Like I didn't make a lot of rules yet. It's only like 5 people in my group now. You
Yeah.
know, getting on the ground floor, you know.
Yeah, you got to start.
It's a really small group, so it's not like there's that much going on over there, you know. But
Yet.
I don't know. I joined a lot of people's groups, and I occasionally like, post something.
Yeah.
So Veronica's leaving. Good night, Veronica. Maybe she left already. Okay. Anyway, so like I said, I made that group, and you know, I just figured everybody else was doing it. Maybe I'll just do it now and see what happens.
I might do one day.
It takes a while to get people, so
I know.
the only thing is, I guess if you get, you know, like there's people that like you got to watch what people do. You don't know. Some people don't want you posting stuff like, you know, some people just post whatever they want.
I posted in a group that I posted picture of a bunch of hats, and I said my local stitch-in group, you know what I'm trying to say, made these hats to bless the ladies in the nursing home. They didn't like the fact that I said bless.
Oh, so they're like anti-religion.
Yeah, and they said you said bless and you said the B word, you know.
Oh,
Because stitch and
I guess that's the name of the
yeah,
group.
yeah. And
Yeah, well, I don't want to get political, you know. Like I think there's a lot of weird stuff going on out there.
well, now
I was in a different group. I think I joined Cinnamon Stitches group, and she doesn't want anybody posting any links. So, like, let's say I post a picture of a shawl I made, I could say I followed tutorial, and this is the name, and it's Fiber Spider, but she doesn't want you posting the link because sometimes people post something and it's like, you know, like a phony link, and it's taking you somewhere, and
somewhere else. Yeah.
I guess she had a bad experience in her group, so she doesn't want anybody to have a problem, you know. Good night,
Yeah.
good night, Liliana. I think Liliana left. Anyway, I'm still talking. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, appreciate you coming up and hanging out with me.
No problem.
It's
And
kind of fun. You should try the StreamYard.
I'm gonna toy with it. I've been kind of scared, but I see everybody else doing it, and maybe.
Oh, Sandy came back. Yeah, we're thinking about signing off in a minute. We were just Sandy. Yeah, Mr. Not Hooked on Crochet is going to come home soon. He's just like, what are you doing on there talking so long? He doesn't get it.
Hi, Sandy.
My husband doesn't know how to have fun on the computer, you know?
Mr. Not Hooked on Crochet.
Well, she's left. Left is right crochet, and her husband, she calls him Mr. Right.
Mr. Right.
She's
But
left.
I like how you called yours Mr. Not Hooked on Crochet.
Oh, he's not, and he thinks I'm knitting.
I know. Oh my gosh.
One day, this was like maybe like when I really first started crocheting more, I was doing one project after the other all of a sudden. And he said, when is this going to end? And I said, never.
Never.
I said, it's never going to end. And then like my stash exploded this year. Like I had yarn, but I really got a ton of yarn now. It's all hidden in the closet. Like I
Oh,
have yarn all on the top and all on the bottom, and my clothes are in the middle.
yeah, I have a lot of yarn.
Over the other, I put my clothes in this room, and he has his clothes in the big closet, and he has his computer in the master bedroom, like because instead of having an office, I have a guest room.
Oh,
So otherwise, and then I filled up the closet in the guest room.
that's the way to do it.
Because in Florida, you don't have any closets for coats.
Oh,
So like all I have is a linen closet in one bathroom, and then you have a big walk-in closet in the.
yeah, so no
No,
coat closet, huh?
I have a big 2-car garage, but so
Oh,
I have some luggage in there. Maybe I could hide some yarn in there. I have under the bed,
that's
like
an idea. Yeah,
like in like the zipper bag under the bed, or like you get a
yeah.
bag. Like I bought those bags at Dollar Tree. They're pretty good. They have
Dollar
they
Tree
have
is a
like
good place to shop.
I bought yarn there today. I was bad. I bought some
My
yarn.
Dollar Tree doesn't have yarn.
Well, they don't always have it.
I tried. I checked. You know.
So let's see. Sandy says, I'm trying to figure out how to weather waterproof yarn into sturdy enough material to make a house of it.
So
Don't ask me. I'm only really seriously crocheting like two and a half years. No, really 2 years. It was after my operation, which was 2 years October.
and
So,
now you're hooked.
and now I'm really hooked. So I have the channel like a year and a half, but I kind of wasn't putting out that many videos for a while.
Well, what YouTuber really inspired you to put a channel?
Okay, I think I was just watching people that was like the Canadian crocheter. I mean, I was watching a lot of people that were doing tutorials, but then when I saw people just getting on and showing their work, they really weren't doing tutorials. I mean, I could do probably single crochet, double crochet. I could do that. You know.
Mine was Jane from Scraptastic Yarn, and then Sharon from Sharon's Crochet Corner. Because it looked like they were just using their laptop, showing things that they made. I'm like, look at their, because I felt I'm too old to be on YouTube, and I'm like, apparently I'm not.
No,
they could do it. I could do it.
And they were making like all the old people were crocheting, and all these young people are crocheting too. You know, so like it goes to show you that all ages are crocheting and pretty good at it.
Every time I go to the doctor, I bring my yarn. Every doctor makes fun of me. They're like, "What are you, 85?" I'm like, "No, it's fun." They're like, and then all the old men, they'll be like, "My wife used to do that when she was alive."
Well, back in the day, we wives didn't like, you know, that's what people did. They sewed, they crocheted, they knitted, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of. Well, I'm getting up there too.
We all are.
I know. What's the alternative? You know?
Just like one of my doctors says, try to stay out of the wheelchair because you don't want to be a burden on your children. You know.
Yeah, I still want to leave the house and go buy yarn. So
He's like, be kind to your knees. Take care of your knees.
I mean, that was today. I didn't go into the yarn store. No, I went yesterday, and I just bought like a gadget with the coupon. So, so Sandy says she's rolling on the floor laughing, and she says, "Do you know?" She says, "You're so young." I'm trying to stay young. We just got a thing in the mail. They're trying to set my husband up for Medicare. He's got till August till he turns 65.
Yeah,
I'm younger.
All my friends are in their 70s or 80s. I mean, my good real life friends that come over to my house, they're all in their 70s and 80s. I'm the baby, and I like it because Usually when I'm with my family, I'm the old person. And with all my cousins, I'm the old one. The old one. They're like, Sandy, is your back gonna hurt? Do you need your wheelchair? I'm like, shut up. They're all like 25, 30 is the oldest.
Oh, yeah. I'm the baby in my family. I was the
See,
last one. And my
yeah.
parents were old when they had me.
I'm one of the firstborn out of like 24 cousins.
Oh, that's a lot of cousins.
Yeah, I have cousins my kids' age.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My brother lives upstate New York. He was a New York City fireman, so he has a lot of grandchildren, but they all live too far away. My sister lives in Texas for over 30 years, so her daughter has one not a lot of cousins, really.
yeah, and don't forget we lived right on the same block. So I was like,
Well, you didn't leave. Everybody left town with me. My brother left town. My sister left town.
oh, see, a lot of people left. Well, we didn't leave. We just spread out. Spread out. 'Cause Chicago's so big. Just.
So what is Sandy saying? Oh shoot, here we go again. I gotta go scoodle. I gotta go. Anyway, I'm gonna
Use the other one. Use mine. Oh my gosh, my son.
Sandy hook, not Sandy left is right. Let's call it a night.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
For real
I had
this
a nice
time.
I enjoyed your
Okay.
company.
Bye.
Try the StreamYard, you'll like it.
I'm gonna toy with it.
It's easy.
Okay,
You could do a test.
I'll do a test.
Do a test run.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.